All right, welcome back to Speak for Yourself, presented by Hyundai, Whitlock and Wiley. Joined now by NBA champion, two-time NBA champion, David West, former Pacer, more famously. Actually, I'm a Pacer fan. All right, David West. David, you're involved with something I was reading up on last night. The Historical Basketball League wants to be disruptive to the NCAA college basketball system and amateurism. You're the chief operating officer. Explain the concept behind and why you're involved with the Historical Basketball League and where it's at right now.
Okay. Well, we're a college league that intends to compensate players between the ages of 18 and 23. So think of 5 years of eligibility post high school. We want to cut down all of the things that go on with under-the-table payments and all these different things. We want to be a legitimate option for players who don't want to go into the current system that exploits them.
So in your model, all players involved would have some guaranteed salary structure. Can you talk a little more about that?
Yeah, so our players initially would be, it'd be just like a job. They come out, they'd apply for a position. Obviously we're going to look for the top talent, recruit the top 150 in the U.S., top 75 to 100 internationally, and also recruit, players who are looking to transfer who are in the current college system without penalty. So coming into our league without being penalized or have to sit.
And so a guy would go to college and study but play basketball in your league.
Yeah, so we're going to separate education and athletics. So they'll play basketball, play their sport in the summer, like a summer job, be compensated for it. And then in September through the rest of the year, they'd be like a regular college student. We're not going to limit them to, only four-year universities, trade schools, vocational schools, online.
Would y'all pay for them to go to college?
Yep. They're going to have academic scholarships as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've been working, COO. Okay. Well, you're getting these guys prepared and taking care of them for them to become, hopefully, NBA players. And right now, the NBA ratings are down 2 consecutive years, up to 27%.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley thinks that it's because these players of today are spoiled. Back in his days and before him, crappy shoes, players flew commercial, made only $100,000 a year. And now we got guys who are not loyal to a team, not loyal to a city, making $50 million a year. Where do you come down on that on this issue of ratings?
Well, I would say, I think right now, I just think people are watching the game in different ways. I don't think the young consumers are as interested in sitting down and watching the game as they are in watching highlights. But the interest in the game is what I think, to me, is more indicative of where the game is. I don't know if load management, if fans are feeling that. I mean, I know there's some times when there's an anticipation of a big game, big matchup, they want the guys to be on the floor. I'm a big proponent of if you're healthy, you should play. Yeah, if you're healthy, you should play. I'm a big proponent of that.
You are?
Yeah, and then beyond that, there's special circumstances where guys are banged up. A guy, may have, legitimate grievances and, wants to make sure that he's healthy when it counts.
Well, even though that the human body and any athlete knows that rest is an important part of recovery and building up your game, how come load management has a negative connotation when you're really trying to run a marathon, and that means you don't sprint every single step?
Yeah. I don't know. I think that word or that term, because usually it was just, like a few years ago, it was just rest.
Yeah, guys tendinitis.
Right, guys banged up, sore.
Or hungover.
Exactly. Why is it bad now? You guys had it in your era.
Right. So I think the name is sort of stigmatized what it actually is. But I think some guys have legitimate health, grievances. I was thinking about it. I was having a conversation yesterday, and I remember there was a whole season, my back, was so jacked up. I mean, I couldn't sit on a chair. So I literally was on the physio ball, during timeouts when I was sitting on the bench because my back literally couldn't handle, the sturdiness of a chair. So you make these decisions to play. I was dealing with numbness down my leg that whole season, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sitting on that ball and I'm saying, well, I'm going to play, one way or the other. So it's really up to the individual, but the circumstances around the guy's injury, if a guy's really banged up, needs that time, you got to give it to him.
All right, David, do you have any interest in being a television broadcaster? Because I'm about to put you to the test.
Okay.
We're going to talk Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
Where are you at on Carmelo Anthony?
Yeah.
Do you think he can help the Portland Trail Blazers 4-14 last night. Where you at on
listen,
Melo?
I think, I'm glad Melo's in the league because there are guys who are in the league that individually to a man he's better than, but he's not going to change the outcome of the Portland Trailblazers. I don't personally think.
Same team, can't get over the hump.
I mean, again, Melo's a guy who's capable, but he's not what he was. None of us are, right? You ultimately get to a point where you've got to change and you've got to alter. What Portland needs is a 25-year-old Melo. You know what I mean? They need a Carmelo 10 years ago. I think that changes their fortunes. Who he is now, I think he's going to be solid. Hopefully a veteran presence, but they're up against it in the West, and if they're thinking that bringing him in is going to somehow change their long-term fortunes, I just don't see that.
It's weird that with Carmelo,
not bad. That was good.
I mean, look, he's a COO for a reason. We use the birth certificate to help our argument against Carmelo, but then we look at LeBron at this age right now, and the pace he is going out there and starting this season, 25, 11, and 10 last night.
Right.
Now he has a triple-double against every single NBA team. Can he keep up this pace at this age?
I mean, listen, this guy's always been different from the rest of us.
Okay.
He's always been at a level that, like someone like myself is always, sort of admired, knowing, one of the things that I think is most important about a professional athlete is being honest with yourself. Like, you got to be truthful about who you are, where you are. And, you can't measure yourself. Nobody should try to measure themselves against this dude. Like, you just can't do it because he's at a realm, and he's been at a realm and a stage in his basketball life that, some of us, again, you just can't measure what you are or who you are and then look at him and say, well, LeBron.
So this broadcaster audition has just continued. Are you saying LeBron's the GOAT? Is he better than Jordan?
Don't do that, David.
He's going to end quick.
Don't take the bait. He's trying to bait you. Don't take. Don't disrespect.
Listen,
Mike.
what I've said.
You said he's
not
different than everybody.
He's different than everybody, man.
Everybody. That includes Michael Jordan.
Yeah. And so again, when you're talking about moments, man, LeBron hasn't been like great in those big moments.
There you go.
But to a man, basketball-wise, on the floor, we've never seen anybody better.
Oh, I knew I'd get it out of him.
Come on, man. I just can't.
I'm a Pacer fan. I hated Mike growing up. But you can't disrespect Mike.
Listen, I understand. I'm not disrespecting Mike. I'm not disrespecting. Mike was great. But I just think what LeBron has been able to do, the level that he's able to compete at, it's just like nothing we've ever seen.
Right? I got a personal question I got to ask you. It's related to LeBron, too. And I wish I had done the research to remember exactly which games, which series, but I know you played in them. Yeah. Pacers versus LeBron. And there were a couple times where I thought, not you, but I thought the entire Pacer team, or not the entire, but a lot, very intimidated by LeBron. Yeah. And that cost us a series.
Yeah. So we weren't intimidated by him, right? Because we had a locker room full of guys that would step to the fight.
Like you.
But we couldn't get to the level that he's capable of getting to. And I think that's what you realize. Like when you feel the fact that, you can play your heart out and play as hard as you possibly. And I remember feeling like this, like literally, man.
No, I remember.
G. West, this is you. Like, you ain't got nothing else. Like, you rebounding, you elbowing, you grabbing, you being as strong, physical as you need, and it's not enough because you can feel that surge, that energy that he has, the ability to just, we had him down 2-1 in our building, and he just got to a level that we couldn't match, and when he's in the right environment, that's contagious to the other guys. It translates to the other.
It's a hell of a. Everything you said is true, except for
the GOAT.
Mike, I want to apologize for your own David's behalf.
The king is the GOAT.
You're always the GOAT. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak for Yourself, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.